What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about SwiftCoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, okay? Somebody was asking, I didn't respond to your comment. I'm sorry. That's the second time I didn't do this today. It's very rude of me when I do this. I hate referencing people that commented, and I didn't respond to your comment, but I was skimming through comments, so this is just kind of in my head. Otherwise, I'd give you a shout out. But anyways, we're at about 1.5 cents. Someone asked me to talk about Cookie or about SwiftCoin. Sorry, I got Cookie on the brain. Talk about SwiftCoin because it had a nice pump yesterday, and now we're dumping today. They wanted to know the causality of this, and the causality is not so well known, right? It could be a various multiple of reasons, but I think if I had to be as transparent or as plain as I could be, as genuine in my thoughts as I could be, it's just standard volatility, right? SwiftCoin, if we're looking at it here, there's no like real reason why, right? It's just trading going on. People going long, getting their shorts stop hunted. People going long, getting their long stop hunted. Maybe it could be that, just standard volatility. You broke out, you're back testing your breakout point for support and continuing higher. SwiftCoin has very low liquidity, right? $151 million. That's some of the lower market caps in the crypto space. $15 million in a 24-hour basis on that market cap. That's not a lot, right? So this thing can move, and I mean it's good. It's ideal volume, right? 10% is nice. Don't get me wrong, it's nice, but it's $15 million, $16 million is not a lot of money. It's easy to move the price, in other words, right? Onyx Coin and Cookie, or why do I keep saying Cookie? Onyx Coin and Swift Coin. I need to eat some cookies, man. That's maybe that's what it is. They move in tandem. It would not surprise me in the least if between these two coins, Swift Coin and Onyx Coin, being that this one has the dramatically lower market cap, if this one was more volatile. It would make sense that it's more volatile. Buys of the same magnitude that you'd get on Onyx Coin will have more of an impact. Sells of the same magnitude that you'd have on Onyx Coin would have more of an impact to the downside, right? It's going to have more of an impact because there's a lower market cap. There's less volume. That's just how it is. So what is this? I don't know. It's just fun, right? It's fun. What I can say, at least in my opinion, this is all opinion based, is that SwiftCoin here was in a bull flag. It's broken out of its bull flag. It's looking good. You back tested it for support, probably. That's what happened. You're looking like you're rejecting your overbought some. That's not good. We don't want that. So what the goal for today should be, SwiftCoin, to all the Swifties out there, put on your favorite T Swift album and start doing a rain dance or something, or maybe a rain go away dance. We need this to grow, and ideally either close neutral or get a green day today. That way you absolve your rejection off the overbought zone. Sorry, I couldn't talk there. Rejection off the overbought zone. If you reject the overbought zone, generally speaking, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but generally speaking, it doesn't just stop after a day. You continue. It could stop after a day. You never know, but generally, I said generally for a reason, right? Generally, and we look at Onyx Coin, for example, on a daily basis here, when it rejected the overbought zone, right here on this day, this neutral day. Neutral, I got to say, that gave us a chance at least. But even with that chance, we still fumbled the bag for about 3 days to the downside, okay? So now we're back up. We're moving up, right? If Onyx Coin is moving up, I'm assuming Swift will also move up. We'll see. If Bitcoin's moving up, I'm assuming Swift Coin will also move up. We'll see. But ideally, in the next 8 hours, 52 minutes, if you had a goal for the day, I like this. Every video today, I've given each coin a goal for the day. So that's good, right? Something for you guys to pay attention to. And if it doesn't happen, it's okay. But the goal for the day, simply put for Swift Coin, is to close green. That's the goal for the day. And if I can remember that, I think that's a good thing to have, is like a goal for every day. But if not, whatever. I might not make a goal for every single crypto. But the goal for today for SwiftCoin would be to close green. You're down 5.5%. This thing could move up that much in an hour. It doesn't need 9 hours to do that. But ideally, if you could do that in 9 hours or less, if you close today green, you absolve this overbought rejection area, and instead of rejecting it, you'd be getting inside of it. We'd be getting some penetration, and with that penetration, you get some follow through. You might just follow through and see the normal areas that you see with SwiftCoin in these daily overbought areas, which would, in my opinion, support another move up similar to this, right? If this is a bull flag, not financial advice, not a financial advisor, if it is a bull flag, and we don't know if it is, but if it is, what we could essentially assume is that we see a move that would take you above 3.2 cents probably. That would be my assumption, that you would see a move that takes you above 3.2 cents. It would not surprise me in the least, SwiftCoin, if this next move eclipsed this move. You might not stop anywhere near here. You might be running all the way up to your high and stop at about 4 cents something. It wouldn't surprise me in the least, honestly. And let's look at that. Let's kind of entertain that thought real quick, because if you're assuming that we only go to 3 cents, maybe we do. Maybe we do, but I wouldn't be surprised. Looking at SwiftCoin here on the RSI, just for what it's worth, how often did we stop here or lower? Well, not too often. Once, right? Once here, but we didn't stop there. Actually, we continue to grow. Oftentimes, the RSI you get higher. You can see this, right? So connecting the dots, if this next move is going to be higher than this by a large degree, I might add, going from a 74 read all the way up a whole nother 10 points to like an 85, 84, right? That's a lot. If you're going to see a stronger read in the relative strength index, my assumption would be you see a stronger move. If this move was 161%, you're moving up now from like this low here. I would think that it would only make sense that you actually see like a 3.8 cents price or higher. You probably do go above 4 cents if we're making sense out of it through means of the RSI. I really, and when I say a stronger move, I don't mean it's just going to be a little bit stronger. Like it might really be completely dominant. It's going to be a different move of its own, something similar to this. After all, we have moved just like this before in these same exact areas. In one day from this exact same price, you saw growth up 103% in one day. I'm not saying it's going to happen. This is kind of your finale phase of this move here, but it could happen. This thing could move really fast if it wants to. Low market cap, low liquidity, low volume equals easy to move the price if people start coming in. So when I tell you this thing could really move swiftly, no pun intended, it can. We could really see by the same time that Onyx coin from here at about 2 cents moves up to 5.5 cents, 6 cents, 8 cents. SwiftCoin could move up to the same prices. It could pass it even. Maybe it doesn't hit the same prices. Maybe it's trailing just behind. But even at that rate, you would see a move that's bigger than this last move and see something that could take you ideally probably above 4 cents, maybe even above 5 cents. It really wouldn't surprise me. Keep it tame. Keep it grounded. Let's stay a little bit on earth here. 3.3 cents, 3.4 cents is a fine target. Right between the 786, 886, fine target. But I'm personally calling for 3.8 cents or above by the end of this next endeavor. Now, what do I mean by the end of the next endeavor? I just mean like over the coming days, over the coming weeks, right? By the end of the overall endeavor, by the end of June, by the end of July, we're going to be at targets that are at least at 14 cents, if not more likely 24 to 30 cents. That's my expectation. Or higher. Or higher. You never know, man. This thing could really, it would not surprise me in the least. I've been calling for it, that this move, this coming move, is the strongest move of SwiftCoin's life. Not just the cycle, but its life. Okay, this last move, we were having fun in January, right? That was a fun time. Low to high, you moved up 8x. You ain't seen nothing yet. This next move is going to be way bigger. 8x, right? That takes you to 7 cents? Hell no. We're going to 20 cents, man. You're going to 20 cents or higher. You're going to see crazy, crazy growth. Biggest move of your life. It's coming right now. I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. As far as what do I think about yesterday, I don't think it's a big deal. I think it's just some standard volatility on a low liquid coin. You're moving up with volume. You're moving down with less volume, right? 4-hour RSI looks bullish as hell. The 1-hour RSI actually looks bullish too. Good. And the daily, of course, is in a precarious situation. The goal is to close today green. If you don't close today green, that doesn't mean you're dead. It doesn't mean that anything that I've just said is off the table. It just means that it might take a little bit extra time. Maybe a week, maybe 3 days, just a little bit extra time. Or maybe you close red, you get the rejection, and then the next day you grow. Sometimes you get a false signal. It can happen. So don't abandon hope just because we get one red day. But the goal, nonetheless, would be to close today green. Okay, I hope I make sense. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Take it easy. Bye-bye.